Hi, I'm Phyllis and my website is southernfrugal.com. Today, this afternoon, we're going to make some prune dumplings. And that might not sound so good, but we're expecting the plumber and I thought I heard him. Pitted prunes is what we're using. And we're going to be adding sugar and butter and we're going to add dumplings. So that's about 20 ounces. They're already pitted and everything, so we don't have to do that. And this is just like my mother used to make them in the 1950s. And we would have them about every 2 weeks. Now, there were 5 children in our home, and we all loved prune dumplings. So, Mama was doing something right when she made them. So, they're very high. Let me just show you that. They are high in, they're actually called a superfruit. And of course, prunes are dried plums. But they are high in vitamin A, B6, phosphorus, copper, magnesium, manganese, I don't know how to pronounce that, niacin, and it doesn't have any calcium or iron. But anyway, they're worth trying anyway for the food value. So we're going to let these cook, I'm guessing, about 10 minutes till they get softened. And the way you'll know they're softened is when you can just kind of stick a little knife or a toothpick in them and it goes straight in. And then we're going to make the dumplings once they get softened. Now I'm going to go ahead and add 1/2 cup of sugar right in there. And I'm going to also add a couple of tablespoons of butter. So there's 1 and there's 2. All right, y'all, we'll be back when these get softened and I'll show you how we're going to make the dumplings. In the meantime, hold on, let me see if I can just move y'all over. Hold on. I'm going to look outside. This is a very much a rarity in South Carolina. Look at that. We've got snow and it's actually sticking. Yeah, they said it would start about 2 o'clock and that's exactly when it started. But I think they're getting a lot more down in the Charleston area. Now the roads still look really good and clear. All right, y'all, we're going to get back to the dumplings in just a few minutes. Okay, the prunes have cooked for about 10 minutes. I'll show you they've puffed up, but they'll be cooking more when we put the dumplings in. So now what we're going to do is add 1 11-ounce can of mandarin oranges. And we're going to add the liquid that's in there also. Just dump them right in. And then let's bring it back to a boil. Yeah, that's going to add a little zing to it. Now my mother did not add these, but I add them. They make it quite delicious. Alright, so let's start making the dumplings while this is coming up to a boil. I'm going to move y'all back a little bit. There we go. How's that? That's good, right? Alright. So we've got 3/4 of a cup of self-rising flour. Oh wait, y'all need to go back a little more. That'll work. Okay, so we've got 3/4 of a cup of self-rising flour. Now if you don't have self-rising flour, you can use 3/4 of a cup of regular plain flour and a teaspoon of baking powder and just a little bit of salt. Alright, so to this we're going to add a tablespoon of softened butter. This is very much like the cherry dumplings. Let's see if I can get this out of here. That might be a little more than a tablespoon, I'm not sure. I'm going to try to do this and not stick my hands in it. If I can do that, I'm just mashing it in there with a fork, like that. And this time, instead of using buttermilk, we're just going to use whole milk. Mixed in there pretty good. That's just a little over a tablespoon of butter. All right, so now we're going to use 1/4 cup of regular whole milk, and that's about a tablespoon more. Let's see if we need all that. We might not need it all. I'm just going to mix that up. Yeah, we're going to need the rest of it. All right, so that's 1/4 cup plus about 1 tablespoon. And this is going to be a wet dumpling again. Now when we added the oranges, they were packed in a light syrup. So that added a little more sweetness. I'm just going to put another little sprinkle of flour in there. Just a little bit. About like that. Alright, so since I've added my oranges, this has come back to a real slow boil. So I'm going to put it on a little past medium over going towards high. That's what I'm doing with my burner. Alright, let me move y'all back up here now. Yeah, it looks like we're getting right much snow, which is kind of a surprise. Alright, so I'm going to use a teaspoon, and this is like a teaspoon, the kind you actually stir iced tea with. And we're going to start dropping these little dumplings in now that the water and the oranges and the juice that was in them has come back to a boil. So we just want to make a whole bunch of little dumplings. And I just dip my spoon in there to make it easier. Drop them like that. And I'm going to use all of this little dough in there. And again, these are wet dumplings. Every once in a while, just dip your spoon down in there. It makes them easier to come off the spoon. Like that. And of course, now I'll be turning that burner down in just a minute to just straight medium. And again, those prunes are cooking a little bit more in there now. We're going to actually cook these for probably about 20 minutes. And once we taste them, if we need to add more sugar, we'll do that. But I'm thinking that we don't need to. See, that's about all of them out of the bowl. Get every bit of that out. Alright. Now we're just going to put the lid on, but we're going to have it pretty well vented. And we're going to just allow them to cook for 20 minutes. Now I've turned my burner down now to exactly on medium. You don't want to put the lid all the way on because they might boil over and get all foamed up. So I always do it like that. Alright, when these get done, we'll be back. Alright, it's been about 20 minutes and the dumplings are done. Now, during the time when they're cooking, you want to make absolutely sure you do not stir them, because that will cause the dumplings to come apart. Alright, we're going to take some out now and just show you what they look like. Now, on these particular dumplings, I like for them to soak up, but can y'all see that the inside of that is kind of like a little biscuit? And I like them to soak up that juice. right, so we've got the orange in there and we've got the prunes. So hold on, we're gonna see if we can't give this a little taste, unless it's gonna get real fat. Did I say real fat? I don't know what I meant. I really meant real hot. All right, I'm gonna give it a try. I already know it's gonna be delicious. It's got a little twang to it, but yet it's sweet enough. And of course you can just break little bites of the prune off with the dumpling. It's delicious, y'all, and perfect for a snowy day here in South Carolina. And that little juice, can y'all see that? I can't tell on my screen. It's delicious. And I definitely wouldn't use more than like a half a cup of sugar. You might want to even use less because you want it to be a little tangy. Now, if people say they don't like prunes, you just need to get them to taste this. This is so good. And those prunes and the oranges get a little twang about it. All right, y'all, we're not going to have this till after our main meal of the day, which we're late in having today. But I wanted to taste of it to show y'all to describe what it tastes like. There it is. And all I'm going to do is just cut my burner off, prop the lid up on, and hopefully those dumplings, even though they're dry on the inside, then what you want them to do is soak up that juice, and that'll make them not gummy. Y'all know what I mean? But it'll make them real super moist with that juice on the inside. They're delicious. All right, y'all, we will see y'all next time. Bye for now.